At 6 tonight, an update on the murder case of a 21-year-old Austin woman and a man fighting for innocence more than 30 years after the crime. Andre Causey was convicted and sentenced to 50 years in prison for the murder of Anita Byington. Her family's fighting back against new court proceedings now, while a nonprofit, the Innocence Project of Texas, is working to exonerate Causey. A Travis County judge ruled that Causey has not proven his actual innocence, but that his rights were violated by the state using his confession during his trial.
Causey's confession came during the so-called Polanco era in the early 1990s, when APD detective Hector Polanco coerced several people into false confessions.
KVUE's Malia Masamoto joins us here in the studio now with more on this story. Malia, a lot of emotion for the family with all the court proceedings going on, but today was especially emotional for them.
Yeah, Brian and Quita, today would have been Anita's birthday. So several of her family members actually traveled here to Austin to pay their respects to her at the scene of the crime.
She was trying to crawl away. And this is where it was. This is where she was trying to crawl away.
This is the first time Christina Byington saw where her cousin was killed in East Austin 33 years ago.
I just had to see it once, you know. Because I've imagined it for all these years.
Monday, Anita would have turned 55.
She lost everything. The kids she may have had, grandkids by now. Right now, she should be celebrating somewhere. And instead, she's in a grave.
The Innocence Project's fight to exonerate Andre Causey, who was sentenced for the murder in 1992, came as a shock to Christina.
It feels like if the murder happened again.
Her attorney, Terry Keel, also a former Travis County Assistant DA, was at the crime scene 33 years ago.
I don't even know if these fences were here. I can't remember, but I do remember this like it was yesterday, that look right there.
Keel claims the current DA's office mishandled the case.
The DA's office and Innocence Projects collaborated together to present one side of this towards exoneration and excluded all the evidence that was inculpatory that showed the guilt of the defendant.
The DA's office says their goal is to, quote, identify the person responsible for Anita's murder and hold them accountable. They went on to say, quote, we believe that Mr. Causey is innocent and that the alternative perpetrator should be brought to justice. The DA's office and Causey's attorneys are still fighting for his innocence.
This is where she spent her last moments.
So while the Byington family awaits more legal proceedings, all they have to hold on to are their fond memories of Anita.
She was my first best friend since we were little kids.
Since the Innocence Project objected the judge's decision that Causey failed to prove his innocence, the Court of Criminal Appeals will now be taking a look at it. The judge is also recommending a new trial because of false statements made by Detective Polanco and Causey's confession statement. She said any false or misleading evidence could have affected the jury's judgment. So there's still a lot of questions remain for this case. Brian and Quita.